Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. I'm John and welcome to my channel, Old Stuff It's Cool, where we talk about comic books and comic book related things. For all those who celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope you guys had a wonderful time with family, friends, loved ones, maybe some downtime for yourself, and maybe, just maybe, a little time to read some comic books. Now, my wife and kids traveled to New York so we can visit my side of the family for a large family gathering and feast, and included a mixture of standard American fare like roast turkey and some delicious mashed potatoes that I provided, but also a bunch of Taiwanese dishes, Korean dishes, and even Japanese dishes. Personally, I enjoy food and cooking, and so Thanksgiving really, food and family is what it's all about. I was also able to get some time to put together a long box of comics. You see, my comic book collection, the one from my childhood and all my years of collecting, had largely been residing in my parents' house, where there's a lot more space. And while I was out of college and maybe moving from apartment to apartment, having a large comic book collection never really made sense. Just additional things to schlep around. So for the longest time, for many years, short boxes and long boxes were just, hanging out in Long Island. Needless to say, when I got back into comic books this year, 2024, I've been slowly moving chunks of my collection as I can back to Boston. And it's been, a very slow and methodical journey, a couple of short boxes at a time. As I mentioned, I have a wife and two kids, so usually the trunk is pretty full, so whatever I can jam in there. Sometimes it's comic books, sometimes it's a tote of old X-Men or Ninja Turtle figures. Even I was able to fit in the rest of my Marvel trading cards this time. But I actually recorded some footage of what comic books are still in New York, as well as a long box of comics that I put together since it was a short trip. There's a little more room in the trunk, so I felt like now was the time to capitalize. So let's cut over to that footage right now. All right, so this is the closet in my parents' home in New York. I've been slowly bringing comics from my childhood collection up, and you can see there's a mix of things from like my younger sister, put some storage, just and odds and ends. But as far as what's left to move are 5 short boxes. You can see some random stuff, action figures between. I've organized this a little bit, try to figure out what I want to keep, what I might want to move. I'll post it with labels. There are 4 long boxes back here too. So 5 short boxes, 4 long boxes. That are pretty full, I would say. There's no like half empty boxes there. All right, so I moved the comics out to the main room so we can flip through them. You're gonna see a lot of 90s books and I think early 2000s. So let's see how full this is. It's got some Green Arrow. This is from Kevin Smith's run. This is a lot of my DC stuff is here. Hawkman, Jeff Johns got me hooked on Hawkman. JLA Classified. Don't hear a lot about that one. Grant Morrison, Ed McGuinness. JSA. Actually, I'm a big Jeff Johns fan, as you'll see through my DC stuff. Good old run of Jeff Johns JSA here. What's this on? JLA, JSA, Secret Six. Guys, Gail Simone's Secret Six, so good. That's one I might need to pick up an omnibus of. Some random Supermans. Everyone had a little bit of Superman, right? Prime from the Ultraverse, featuring some great Norm Brayfogle art. Death Mate, Valiant and Image crossover. Nice full set of that. That was super delayed. Bloodshot. Got a bunch of Valiant stuff here. Dr. Mirage. I don't know, it's taking too long. Ninjak. Shadow Man. Solar Man of the Atom. Exo Manowar. Yeah. This is all the Valiant books are like dollar box fodder. I for one thought this had some great stories, oftentimes great art. Oh, She #1, or a wizard hyping that up. Lady Death Half, Ash, the Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti creation, and last in this box is a bunch of Wildcats. And of course, being a huge Jim Lee fan. All right, so after some organization, I think I filled a long box of what I want to bring back. Let's go take a look. From the divider, you can see Batman. DC-wise, I think Batman might be my favorite character, followed by Green Lantern. So some goodies here. Went too quick. Nightfall. First Batman comic ever. Gotten just in time to see the breaking of Batman. We have a newsstand and the direct edition. Yep, I'm going to put my kids through college selling those, right? And there we go. Really cool. Actually, pretty cool gimmick cover with number 500, where Azrael takes over. And then you can see I think I clicked a few books in between, but what I wound up keeping was this Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee Hush run. And I'm going to tell you, I'm excited for the sequel, Hush 2. Classic covers here. I mean, Jim Lee drawing Batman, right? Holy moly. And I stuck on for a little bit of Azzarello's run afterwards. Actually, some really cool covers here too. Story-wise, though, I didn't quite care for it, although it's been years since I read this. Might be worth checking out again. Return to Bruce Wayne. In that, I was kind of bits and pieces of Grant Morrison's run. But this is one I enjoy more in collection. This is more Nightfall, the Detective Comics part. I think this is Detective Comics and just any other Showcase 93. These are just the other parts of Nightfall. I did not get the other parts. Moving on, Incredible Hulk. This, I think it's Kari Andrews doing some of his early work, but guys, there's some really cool covers, a lot of homages. I wanted to feature, on my Instagram page. Don't forget I am on Instagram. Old Stuff is Cool as well. And there's some classic covers here. The story I didn't mind either is very, people are divided on Bruce. I think Bruce Jones was the writer. You actually didn't see, you saw more Bruce Banner than anything, more so than the Hulk. But I stuck, there's a cool Apocalypse Now homage there. A lot of cool covers, like I said. Yeah, Bruce Jones. I gotta stop here. Look at that. Where the monsters are? Is that what the children's book's called? Either way, really cool cover there. I'll have to find my place and put that in. So I stuck on the Hulk for a long time, took a short break, and then got sucked back in. Whoops. Oh, where'd it go? I got divided. I was gonna say, I got sucked back in on when Greg Pak came on to do Planet Hulk. And, oh, okay, so Kingdom Come, also another fantastic one written by Mark Waid, featuring art by Alex Ross. Got divided up my little Hulk run here. Some Deodato art. Keep going. Yep, Planet Hulk. So good. Bunch of Planet Hulk. Leading to World War Hulk. And unfortunately, friends, I jumped off when things with the Red Hulk came on, which is, I think, shortly after this. So I don't have that first Red Hulk appearance, unfortunately. New Warriors. This is one of my first comics in that first batch of, like, first time I went to a comic store, I got Amazing Spider-Man. I think the Round Robin storyline. There are a bunch of people like Darkhawk and Moon Knight and Night Thrasher were all in there. New Warriors with this, I think this is why I love Terrax, is this cover by Mark Bagley. That's a cool cover with Nova and Thing, also Bagley. I didn't stick with it. Like, I would grab an issue here and there this might be a run I try to get, or at the very least, I want to go back and read some. One of my few signed books from my early days. This is not the price. I just recycled this bag. Signed by Jimmy Palmiotti, who had done some convention in Long Island. I think it's the only con convention I went to in those early days. Then to round this out, I think I'm just trying to get my X books all together. So we got X-Force, a bunch of X-Force. There's a Deadpool there. This is starting to hurt my back. Me leaning over, so we'll make this a little faster. X-Men Deadly Genesis. And I think that comes to the end, this random thing of Excalibur, which I remember getting from Toys R Us. Actually, it features Airwalker, one of Galactus's heralds, kind of gone a little crazy. And all this, as well as a little more chunk of it, is all of Age of Apocalypse. But it's complete. This is the book that kicked it off. Freaking loved Age of Apocalypse, X-Men, where people thought they were canceling all the X books and then replacing them. It was a good storyline. Actually, there's a reason they keep going back to that well for Age of Apocalypse. So, bunch there. That's what we're going to squeeze into the car on this drive back. Whether I keep all these books, you know, it varies, but one step closer in getting my comics all back together. And we're back. Please forgive the grainy, shaky footage. I'm still figuring out how to record, you know, going through a long box, short box. We'll figure it out over time. So with Batman Hush, that concludes my little overview of what I brought back from New York. But it actually segues perfectly into my one Black Friday purchase. This one I got off of Amazon. It is actually a big boy. It is the Scott Snyder Omnibus. Woo! And this includes issues 0 to 33, number 23.2, and Batman Annual 1 and 2. And where this omnibus stops is around the same point that I stopped collecting the monthly title. Truly one of my favorite Batman arcs. There's a second omnibus that I might get down the line, but this one was just at a price that I couldn't pass up. I also had some points I could spend, so it's even cheaper than whatever the markdown price was. I'll be sure to put in post what I found this for. But that's it for me. I'd love to hear from you guys. You know, what are some recent pickups? What were some Black Friday pickups? Did you get any great deals? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time in checking out my video today, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.